Welcome to Your Cheese Has Holes, Bro 4.5.1. Shit's silly, right? I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I will drop my invite link should anybody want to come up. Otherwise, I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to keep going. Sure, I pissed a lot of people off tonight, and that's okay too. I'm not here to please people. I'm here to talk about all aspects of this case. Share that screen. Y'all can hear me? If you can hear me, put it in the chat. Oh, yep, I'm live. Jazz is back.
I'm back for a third time.
Crazy, isn't it?
Third time's a charm. Man, so yeah, I think that I think you are onto something. But I wanted to say that what was it that I wanted to say?
Whatever you want.
Well, the thing about the PPE loan, we know that Lindsay was being investigated for that and that she was having to pay that back, right?
See, I don't know that she was being investigated for it. I don't know. None of that information is there. It's not. That's just speculation. If anybody has anything that shows that she was being investigated or was found on a default and had to pay it back, because I don't see it. All I see is that she took the loan and was granted it, and that's it. That's all I see on my end of things. Right. If anybody would like to.
So I don't have receipts, but I remember
there
being a lot of talk about
her taking the loan. That's all.
And that she had misrepresented. That she claimed that she had employees that she didn't have.
She only ever had one employee listed. There's only, from what I gather, is because LTL is, which it's odd because it's in her name, but Pap owns it, which that I don't understand. If somebody wants to clarify that, they can go right ahead. If not, I'm just going to keep asking questions and talking about things. But from what I gather, which doesn't make sense to me, is if Pap owns it and is suing for defamation of his lodge or blah, 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 blah. Why is it in Lindsay's name? Why is she taking loans out on it? These are just questions that I have. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like, if you go to the LLC, like OpenGov, like all that documentation's there, it shows that the lodge is like, it's all in Lindsay's name. And that's what I thought, Sunflower, that all the loans were forgiven. Yeah. Because that's all I see, like, on the aspect of me looking into things with, you know what I mean, public government websites is, yeah, like, she got the loan. It was granted. She got the funds. And, yeah, like, because it was around COVID, like, I don't see anything that says she was investigated for. Like, and this is the misinformation that I want to clarify, because this is what leads people to still continue to scrutinize Lindsay for things that they're not even there. They honestly are things that were in some ways made up by people, and because of rumor and because people just like you know what I mean, listen to all information. I mean, some people come in my chat and tell me things, and that's why I research it for myself. If I can't find anything, if anybody that is helping us do research can't find anything, like, I can't continue to go with it. That's why that's why I refuse to go with, like, Megan has more than 2 kids shit. Because no, that's not, no. If you actually do your research, you'll see she has 2 kids. Like, I can't, for where we're at with Kylie, with Placer County closing on things, with Nevada County closing on things, with CHP report allegedly wrapping up and nobody can see anything there, like, I'm going to keep talking about it until somebody cares enough, or until, you know, the information that's there is a proper investigation, because it's more than just Kylie Rodney at this point. Hell, they got somebody that just died on a snowmobile. Did you hear about that shit?
No, what happened?
Somebody died right in Truckee on a snowmobile accident, and they didn't find him till the next day. Like, I guess he was doing, like, some sort of work. And then I find it really odd also, like, and it's like the going thing with their counties. Like, what the fuck is going on that investigations aren't being done properly? Look at Leon. He goes to freaking, he's from Truckee. He goes to Burning Man and he dies. And they're like, oh, we're going to investigate it. And then you don't hear nothing. The same thing happened with Dante. And I think the only reason why much was done for Trinity as it was is because it was right after Kylie.
Right.
All eyes were already on that area. People kept running with all the new information right after Kylie, you know? And I think being she was female, underage, again, the same similarities, partying, she goes missing, can't find her, you know what I mean? And the
Her,
same people,
her
same locals.
dad was a deputy for the sheriff.
Mhm.
So they had to pay attention.
Mhm. And like I said, people can keep running with, oh, I can't believe did you hear Squirrels on Fire? She's defending Lindsay. No, I'm just looking at shit logically. I highly advise people do that and stick to the information, the evidence, all of that that has been put in front of us, because your news media, mainstream media, all of these things will lie to you. Sometimes your own government lies to you. We live in a cherry-picked world where these same corrupt politicians, same corrupt elites, same corrupt branches of whatever community will conspire together to make things go away and to make them seem and appear to be something that they're not. And they do it by means of blackmail, threats, manipulation, mind control. And if y'all don't believe any of that, man, don't leave your house. But then that's also another thing. These same people manipulate you so you stay in your house, so you don't actually socialize with people, and you just stick to trusting Google to give you all your answers.
And Alexa.
See what I'm saying? It's a problem. All of it.
Alexa will be your friend.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is like, I don't care if people judge me. I don't care what people think of me. This is my opinion. This is my theory. And I just don't think, and based upon the information that they've released to the public, none of their information backs up their accident theory. None of it. You got kids saying that she was so fucking drunk she's fallen in holes, but the autopsy toxicology says that there wasn't enough alcohol in her system to be doing all that. It's odd. It's very odd. It's very odd the way everything played out.
The whole thing is very odd.
Look, and then I heard rumors of people saying, oh, she had coke in her system. Look, if she had coke in her system, she definitely ain't driving herself in that water. Unless somebody OD'd her, and then that person needs to be held responsible. I don't think it was Nate Cavacugan that did it to her. Sorry, that didn't work for you either. That cheese has holes too. I am trying to find this one. I got to find this one video with Lindsay in it where she says about the kids compromising and she slips.
Right.
I'm going to look in her folder real quick because it mayhaps might be there. It could be in videos too. But I know I have this. I know I have it. And this is why I document everything. It's important.
So Kylie had an IUD.
Yeah, all these things.
And and a Diva cup.
Yeah, right?
And a thong. And
she had boy shorts on. That's what they're claiming.
Right.
She had boy shorts on.
You know what I thought today, Shan? And tell me if I'm twisted and crazy.
No, what I think they did, can I pause you there? Because I know your theory on this. You know what I think they did? Okay. So we know how that area is a hot spot for trafficking. I think they played on our emotions and wanted to distract us and make us think that she was sexually assaulted. Made us anything that would distract us away from what happened that night or that day. I think anything that was a distraction got thrown into the mix. And I think that's why so many people are stuck on she was abducted, I mean, by elitists and that she was SA'd and stuff like that. That's on them to prove that's not true either. You know, it's
But all those
something happened to her and they documented it.
all those things that we just mentioned, like the IUD and the
Mhm.
cup cap and all that stuff,
All that extra.
it's almost like a freaking chastity belt. All of it
I don't
together
know what's going on there.
is
Some
like a
odd.
it's like all these barriers saying, well, there's no way that that could have happened because there's all these barriers.
I mean, but if you also think about it, like people were trying to say that Kylie was pregnant. I mean, there was a moment where I mean, a lot of people were running with. I mean, what if she was pregnant? I don't think she. I don't know.
Well, and then there was the
I
thing
don't think she.
about how if you get an abortion in Mexico that they automatically put an IUD in.
No, I'm not. I'm not. See that, and that's why the reason why I stay focused on the information that they put out there, the information that kids had to immediately take down, or you know what I mean, pretend like wasn't there. That's why I focus on what I do, because people will put so many bugs in your ear and then give you enough information to kind of like feed that narrative, but it goes nowhere.
But an IUD for 16-year-olds, that's
Yeah,
bizarre.
16-year-old in the state of California can. I mean, they're very pro. You know, when like they're all pro that. Yeah, yeah.
But IUDs, I
I
mean,
thought that for a bit.
I
Yeah,
thought they
IUDs
did,
are no, a 16-year-old can go to a clinic and get an IUD. I've looked it all up.
they did the things on the arms.
They do those too as well. Like there are so many different routes you can go in the state of California to get birth control. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. It's not anything that I'm gonna complain about because it's a really good thing that they offer birth control in so many different forms.
Right.
But it does raise question in I see why people go down that path. I do. I see that too. There's things that I want to discuss about that aspect of it. Um, but in my opinion, that is an allegation that I'm not trying to make publicly.
I like what you brought up about the dad and the grandfather.
Yeah, it's odd. Tell me it's not odd. And nobody's questioning it. We're all focused on Lindsay, what she did to fuck up. She did it all. It's all her. You know what I
It's
mean?
it's very odd.
And then it was really weird when Ryan Upchurch got sued. It just seems like it was almost a fear tactic, so nobody talks about them. So nobody asks questions about them. And it just made me want to ask more questions like, why, of all the things that you could have done for Kylie, you chose to protect your reputation? When at that moment, I don't really, other than somebody questioning, are you fake? Are you this person? Or are you that person? Like, there was really no scrutiny.
Right.
And if there was any like threats or any defamation, was it coming from your own town? Like, is that the problem? Because if it's coming from your own town, then it's not the internet's fault. It's your town's fault. Like, I'm tired of everything being blamed on the internet when there is actually genuine people out here that are trying to look at this from all points of views, from all approaches, and take everything into consideration, especially what any law enforcement agent, any agent of any kind, any detective, anybody will call evidence.
Well, yeah, I think social media gets scapegoated.
Would
For,
I have stayed for the car to be pulled out? Um, if I were in Lindsay's shoes, if I had that much media scrutiny already on me, if I had my town blackmailing me, probably not. I'd probably be afraid something would happen to me, honestly. I would stay close by, which honestly, that is what Lindsay did. She was right there at the sushi place. Right there. I sure as shit am gonna be out eating sushi, waiting for a call, knowing AWP's in town. You got to understand, like, you have to keep the facts in mind when you're thinking these things. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knew AWP was coming to town by what, the 15th, 16th. Everybody knew that they searched Stampede, Donner, Boca, and that they were heading. Everybody's paying attention. You're not telling me that all eyes weren't on AWP. And it's really weird that everybody stood back and just let them find her. You know what I mean? Tell me it's not odd. Tell me all that behavior is not odd.
I'm not following because I don't think that anybody knew that they were going over to Prosser. That
Yeah,
they,
yes, they did.
you,
There's people that admitted. Why else, okay? If they didn't know that AWP wasn't there with their big fucking hauler, look, they sent hot air balloons at 6 o'clock in the morning and they didn't know AWP was there?
no, not that they didn't know they were there, just that
They knew they were there.
just that they didn't know they were going to Prosser.
But
'Cause
they did. But they did. And that shows in the hot air balloons showing up bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning. They knew they were at Prosser. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that bullshit that they didn't. You're telling me that you got big ass hot air balloons in town and the town ain't asking, why is the balloons there? Who's there? You see what I'm saying? You got SF that's sneaking around, updating Pap and Dad every step of the way. And you think mom doesn't know? That the town doesn't know? Everybody knows. And it's odd to me that people know AWP is there, but it's odd that ain't nobody there other than SF and that couple people, like that little family in the silver van. They kind of lurked there for a while. Yeah, and Pap had a camper there because that's why they said it was only a matter of seconds before he arrived.
Right.
You think about the ATV and where dad biological father lives. He ain't riding an ATV clear from where he lives to be at Prosser. I mean, this. I want to think about this with logic, absolute logic, a timeline, like a timeline. I'm not saying anybody here is guilty of, you know what I mean, doing anything or partaking anything, but they knew, they damn well knew that AWP was there. That's why Sammy had to pretend to be shocked that they found her at fucking Prosser.
What were her words in her tweet? That's not kind.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Until law enforcement confirms it. Like, you're telling me that Sammy knew and her mom didn't? Yes, her mom was chilling at that fucking sushi place, awaiting for somebody to walk up to her and let her know if they heard anything. And then you have to also keep in mind that the Neiman family is who AWP contacted. See what I'm
Well,
saying?
and also keeping in mind that the night before before they located her was when Lindsay allegedly changed the GoFundMe account from the award going to whoever found her to that the money, the GoFundMe was just for the family.
Mhm. I'm just like, the things that I'm curious about is whose computer or whose phone looked up the dirt on, like, Jared from AWP. I mean, good that he finally got caught, but it's really odd that everything played out the way that it did. It's like there's all this blackmail going on, all this silencing of people, finding honor in silence, like
It was,
people in fear and being scared and gruesome things happen, and like nobody's everybody's mad at me because I'm saying stuff about it. You know what I mean?
It was just the undermining of AWP, just trying to discredit them that, oh, they're these, Facebook weirdos that, put really personal information on Facebook before talking to family or law enforcement. And
Mhm.
and that didn't hold, that didn't stick, so
I
then,
just
they just had to undermine the credibility of AWP. That was their
I think they
hope.
did a lot of that though, and then when you look at the media aspect of it and the people that they use the media to protect, it's concerning. It's concerning for me. Like, look who the media protected, and then look who the media made sure was scrutinized.
Who did the media protect?
The kids at the party,
Okay. And then scrutinized Jaeger.
they scrutinized Jagger, they scrutinized Lindsay, they scrutinized AWP, like all of the people. It just it seems like the people that they couldn't do like this media blackout to or get to shut the fuck up, they dug dirt up on.
Yeah.
Mm. Let me see if it's this. I'm going through all of these till I find this
And
one
then
specific video.
remembering that early on we heard that there were 8 kids at this party that had parents or close family members that were in local law enforcement. 8. And then that's kind of fallen by the wayside,
Say that again, honey.
that there were 8 kids at that party whose parents or immediate family were local law enforcement.
Yeah, the connections, and that's what like this is what I'm trying to get people to like look at is like all of the connections, the networking. It's unreal. It's
Right.
unreal how like so many people um preferred to protect themselves, their own reputations, their own children, and blame the dead girl. And I have a problem with that. I have a serious problem with that. It's just that autopsy, what them kids said, the way that they're begging kids to come forward, like that's odd.
Oh, right.
I've never
Like they don't know how to track people down. They don't have those
exactly.
skills. Yeah.
It's bizarre for sure.
And they
All right,
don't know
I
how to
need to
they don't know
find
how to
video.
subpoena people's phone records,
I need this video where Lindsay totally like
or get search warrants for the phone records. If people don't come running to them and volunteer to hand them their device,
mhm.
they have no way of tracking information.
Like, and people don't pay attention to stuff like this.
And Angela uh parting ways.
Little flame. Oh, the flame next to people's names. That's memberships, I think, maybe. I think the badge is 1 month and a flame next to people's names is 2 month membership. If I'm not mistaken. Might be 3. Possible. Is that what you mean? Miss Sarah? All right, I'm just go ahead and keep talking because I'm just skipping through this until I find that video.
I was just tripping out
Ooh,
a picture of Tony.
it's the video with Lindsay. Lindsay Stan. I used a piece of it. I'm about to go back to the video I used. Like, just listen to her. Like, I think we all listened to her with bias because we were so angry at her. We were just looking for somebody to blame.
Begging for people who were at this party to come forward. Kylie's mom needs answers.
My head is all over the place. I'm terrified. Bad thoughts are very strong and hard to keep at bay.
You see that? Bad thoughts are strong and hard to keep at bay. I can only imagine what these people are telling her.
Bad thoughts are very strong and hard to keep at bay. I'm trying to hold out hope, that we'll find her, that she'll come home.
What's that?
She's almost smiling when she says that.
I mean, she's trying to find hope. If you hear what the words she's saying, it aligns with her. Just something changes at this press conference. Something definitely changes. And I'm just going to keep taking all the information, paying attention to it, and making my own opinion up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think there's a lot of corruption going on here, for sure. For sure. I need to find this damn video. All right, I'm going to go back to, because I know it's early on that she makes this comment. All right, I'm just going to start going through these.
The party, when Kylie sent her, Lindsay, I can't even put myself in your shoes. I'm thankful that you're speaking to us, and I hope we get this out there. And it must feel surreal.
And I still have the same question. Where is she at? Because this isn't her home. It's almost like an attorney's office or something. Like, what is this place? Is this a room in the rec center? Like, where was this recorded at?
You're not knowing what
I have so many questions.
Will happen next. Tony, this was a senior party, as I understand. We were talking earlier. Do any of the kids know anything? Are they speaking out?
Like, literally, look how run down fucking Tony is. He looks rough. He looks bad.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's been crying a lot. Like, look at, when somebody cries a lot, how, like, the liquid fills in your eye bags?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I find it curious that after all was said and done, how all of these charges just started showing up about him. And it's really odd that one is damage to the lodge and the other one is on their own neighbor, right? Like, from their own neighbors. And, like, everybody at first thought the domestic violence charge was these two. And guess what? These two stayed together. 9 times out of 10, when there's guilt between a partner, they split up. The guilt causes them to split up.
Some of the kids aren't. We're trying to get to the kids that aren't speaking.
And it's also crazy how all of his past charges were brought to. This is what I'm trying to point out to people, is you don't find it odd that all of this damning, all of this
Prejudicial.
yeah, it's like all of this biased information came out about only Lindsay and Tony. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody's asking questions about the Pat, his ties to the water rights, and I mean, shit, ain't nobody asking nothing about Daniel either.
Well, and I've always
People are
thought it
afraid to.
it
Like,
was odd.
it's weird that people are afraid to, and you see the fear tactics they use to keep people complacent, and I just can't.
I've always thought it was odd that the dad and the ex-husband are still in business together.
No, but that's what I'm saying, Prosser Gang, about those charges, is those records were there and nobody really had a reason to look him up. But isn't it kind of odd how that information was injected into Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube? That's the point I'm trying to make. And then if you look at the dirt that was dug up on AWP, all of this dirt that's dug up on people to make them look bad, to discredit them.
Right.
And then, like, we're just avoiding the fact that Daniel hasn't been a huge part of Kylie's life since she was super little. I'm not accusing him of anything. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm sorry, but we're treating him like father of the fucking year. Meanwhile, Lindsay and Tony are the ones that are raising this child. I don't think there's any sexual abuse going on there. I get more creepy vibes with old man's friends than I do their friends. Just being honest. That's my opinion.
Tony, do you think, sorry to interrupt, do you think they do know more? Describe the community for those of us who don't.
Right here, she asked them, do you think these kids, do you think this community, describe this community, do you think they know more?
Those of us who don't know, is it tight-knit? Like, does everyone know of people, at least if they didn't know exactly who it was? Because the party was, what, 200, 300 people?
It was a really big party, and there was people from all over. So it's, we are small.
And this is my question for this family, for Tony and Lindsay. Do you know for a fact that this party was 300-400 people, or are you taking the last people that saw your baby alive's word for it?
Now, who is it that's talking? Who's the male?
That's Tony talking.
Okay.
Tight-knit community. We are also easily accessed from a lot of other really big communities.
We are also really easy access from other really big communities. I don't know, I pay attention to everything everybody says. And yeah, I look at everything under a microscope. I'm looking at everybody's behaviors, everybody's words, everybody's actions, everybody's backgrounds, everything. I'm looking at it from all aspects.
Can you rewind it a little bit and play that part again?
I sure can. I'll play this whole part right here.
Of people, at least if they didn't know exactly who it was, because the party was, what, 200, 300 people?
Here, I'm going to rewind her question. How about that?
Describe the community for those of us who don't know. Is it tight-knit? Like, does everyone know of people, at least if they didn't know exactly who it was? Because the party was, what, 200, 300 people?
It was a really big party, and there was people from all over. So it's, we are a small, tight-knit community. We are also easily accessed from a lot of other really big communities very easily. So with social media the way it is these days, it's very easy for anybody to find out where these kids could be hanging out.
And Lindsay, tell us about the last communication you had with Kylie, your daughter. You were texting, right?
Yeah, we were texting. We text a lot throughout practically, through every day. We have a lot of communication between the two. The
Hear that?
very last.
They have a lot of communication. I believe her. She's chuckling about, because she's recollecting memory.
The text that I got from her was at 11:30 the night of the party, saying that she was planning on leaving in about 45 minutes,
and my question is, Lindsay, do you know for a fact that that was your daughter who texted you? Did you get her phone records to see who was in communication with her? Nobody finds it odd that right after Kylie allegedly texts her mom, her phone location, like, that's out of character for Kylie to turn off her phone location, but it's not too out of character for kids that constantly lie to their parents, go to parties, lie, say where they're going, like kids that, I don't know, act up, that act fools. I think Kylie was a good kid, and I don't think she had any reason to turn her location off, let alone turn off her phone. I don't.
In about 45 minutes and would be heading home. One of the reasons even that she had sent that text then is because we had originally planned and agreed upon a 12:30 curfew for the night, and so leaving at 12:15.
And that's what's really odd to me, Driftaway, is I've paid attention to everybody's live streams. I've paid attention where people are getting service, where people are losing service. All of these things I've taken into account. And I've noticed 2 spots that seem to have shoddy communication, which is some parts of the water and some areas of the sanctuary. And then my other question is a lot of the locations of Kylie's last ping is more at Prosser Family Campground, more near the boat ramp than it is anywhere. And then you have law enforcement that's saying that her phone is as much on land as it is in water, to confuse the shit out of people, to
Yeah.
manipulate them, to not even understand what the fuck he's trying to say. When they can, in fact, get pretty accurate locations of where phones ping at by triangulation, by getting data records. Hell, they could have pinged everybody that was at that party if they really wanted to, but I don't think they did, because that would incriminate people. Just like they are not releasing any surveillance footages because that would incriminate people. It's a huge, huge, huge fucking red flag for me. There's so many red flags here. And it just so happens that I just want to expand my perspective. I was always raised that you can't speak for everybody else until you've walked a mile in somebody's shoes. And one thing that I always try to do in my life is put myself in the mindset, and this is why I like minds of murderers. I like the minds of other people's. That's why stuff like this intrigues me. Is because I do like to put myself in the shoes of other people. And that's kind of why I'm here discussing Lindsay and Daniel and Pap. I'm not trying to do it in any slanderish way. I'm just asking questions based upon the information, the evidence that's out there. And it'd be great if somebody would just answer something, because clearly law enforcement felt that they didn't owe it to anybody, didn't owe it to Kylie, and then claim that like they're doing this for the family. Yet, I don't know, I don't get it. It's odd. It's odd behavior.
Put her home at about 12:45 instead, and she was.
Doug said that they were contacted by extended family members. Yeah. What I read is they were contacted by extended family members and friends. And if I'm not mistaken, law enforcement also contacted them. I think numerous. Yeah, and they were working closely with local authorities. Yes. Out of respect for her family, we will not hear anything further about Kylie from Ellie, they told us. Yeah. Yep.
Is so good at always.
And the reason why I keep bringing up Lindsay and all of them is because, like, it's odd in the context. If you actually read how they told us to mind our business, it's concerning. It really is. It really is. It's really concerning, especially the letter from the Robertson side.
Reaching out and checking in, that she did that just to let me know that she was just planning on being 15 minutes late.
Honey, it sounds like some kids are trying to buy some time.
And you said, be careful, like all moms do. And how did she respond?
She said, I will, Mama, I love you.
It's really odd to me that somebody, I'm not even going to say Kylie at this point, because I don't know who texted her mother. Somebody texted Lindsay to ask for more time. Just listen to it. Listen to it for yourselves. Somebody texted Lindsay's phone at 11:30, which is past curfew, which is not often like Kylie, but from time to time she'll ask for extended time. And because normally when she asks for extended time, her mom grants her that, because again, Kylie's a good kid. Okay. What her mom also points out is, not like Kylie, is turning off her location. Like she literally turned off her 365 location. So you have a text message buying more time. You have a phone location that is turned off not too much later from that time frame. And then you have the phone losing absolute service. Those three things right there just scream something happened to Kylie. And I don't believe that she drowned because she ain't got no water in her lungs. What happened to Kylie?
How, Lindsay, are you getting through the day? Is the focus on the search?
Like, and that's the thing, Katie Bug. I'm not here to prosecute anybody. All I'm doing is ensuring that the truth will come out. Kylie deserves that much. She deserves to be honored in what really happened to her. I don't care who is accountable at this point. I don't.
Of course. And like Tony said, I mean, there's so much with social media that hopefully you could piece together some of the pieces.
Yeah, I get through the day.
It's just odd to me that you got 44 different like counties and agencies, 50 different FBI agents, and not one of them can figure out what the fuck happened because none of the kids are talking. The last people to see and know what was happening, they're not talking. That alone, with the time frame of the text message, the phone location being turned off, and then her, I mean, those three things to happen consecutively with one another scream something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. And then the fact that we have a tow truck guy that claims to have seen her the next day and has her on, well, what he thinks is her, on surveillance, front and back cameras. And the media didn't even report on that. Like, no media. It was almost like the media wall blacked it out. Didn't want that information out there. Fuck all them scummy YouTubers for paying attention to it. See what I'm saying? It's odd. It's all odd.
With the support of my community, my family, my friends, my faith, my hope, my knowledge that the reason.
He looks pissed and like he's been crying a lot. Absolutely, Tasha. That's why we're here, honey. This is absolutely why we're here. Yeah, people can judge me all they want for my opinion, for what I pay attention to. But I'm not here. I'm not trying to be rude when I say this. I'm not here for the likes. I'm not here for the views. I thank everybody that comes here and supports my channel, but I do this for Kylie, for the victim, because something is not right here.
And that we have not found anything is not for a lack of resources or effort or want.
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has seen Kylie. Describe her personality, what she's like.
Wait a minute. What happens here? Hold on.
The nation has seen Kylie. Describe her personality, what she's like. Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has.
What happens right here?
My knowledge that the reason that we have not found anything is not for a lack of resources or effort or.
So it's not because of lack of resources or efforts. It's because no kids are telling them the truth is what it is. This is fucking sick, dude. And that's the thing is like, and I'm not justifying law enforcement, but how do you expect law enforcement to do their jobs when kids are conspiring to not tell the truth?
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation.
Yeah, do you see what she does there? She goes on, she don't want to talk about the kids. She doesn't want the scrutiny from the community. Bro.
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has.
That's exactly what happened in there.
I
Yep.
found anything is not for a lack of ways.
Sorry, y'all. Let's listen to this without me yammering on. I want to listen to what she says right here.
With the support of my community, my family, my friends, my faith, my hope, my knowledge that that the reason that we have not found anything is not for a lack of resources or effort or want.
Lindsay, we've seen her image.
Tasha, honestly, if my child was missing, I'd be high as fuck too. I'm just being honest. That type of emotion would be almost too much to handle. I honestly wouldn't doubt it if the anxiety medication or somebody didn't prescribe her medication. I'm not going to say keep her complacent, but to alter her emotions, to keep her from breaking down. I mean, they're the ones that keep pushing all this, mental health shit, traumatic stuff, Didn't they say they knew for a fact that parents were telling kids not to come forward? Yes, Katie Bug. That's what I'm saying. Like, it all boils down that from what the account of these kids and the craziest part about it is SF is the one that put out that David is the one that said, does anybody ever remember David making a statement to news media in press conferences anywhere that he hung out with Kylie that day, or she texted him or he texted her? Because I don't remember any of that. I remember SF injecting that in there. That is the only documentation that I have, is that SF made a Twitter post stating that the father, like, it's crazy to me how all these people are speaking for people instead of letting them speak for themselves, right? When you see families speaking for themselves, it's odd. It's odd to me. And then, like, when you pay attention to the things that Lindsay says and the way she kind of trickles off, you notice she never names kids. She never names children. It's almost like, I don't even think it's out of respect. I think it was out of popular demand. She was told to not say whoever loaned the hoodies, to say, like, who was last with. It's odd that everybody's protecting these kids when they're not kids. Their futures are right ahead of them. Meanwhile, Kylie lost her life that night, and we got to worry about the futures of these kids that, I'm sorry, but they are responsible.
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has seen
what she does right there, y'all. There's something about it. She goes on talking about, like, how LE couldn't do their jobs, and just listen to the noise she makes.
Resources or effort or want.
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has seen
Kylie. One, there's a reason why the media didn't show her face, didn't show her reaction, didn't show the fact that who's she looking at right as she's coming back on and makes that noise? Whose office is she in? Where is she at? Whose home is she in? Where's she at? Because this isn't Lost Trail Lodge. I want to see her face when she comes back in from this here thing. Look, she's looking at somebody right there. She making eye contact. Who's she making eye contact with?
Lindsay, we've seen her image.
Do you see it now? Do y'all see it? If you see Lindsay trying to say how it's not law enforcement's fault, And before she could say it's because the kids aren't giving any information or that the parents are stopping them, I don't know what somebody says to her or what they motion to her, but she looks right at them and she goes,
resources or effort or want.
I would love to know from this news media who is all in this room. Like, when things go to play into the courts, they can subpoena these newscasters and these people in this room on who was all present in this little meeting, right? Oh yeah, she's very monitored. I'm seeing it now. I don't know how I didn't see this sooner. I mean, I do know how, because the media manipulated us all. They manipulated us, is what they did.
Lindsay,
right there. She makes eye contact with somebody, and that noise she makes, she is discouraged right here in this moment.
Resources or
So it was done by Zoom. Isn't that convenient?
effort or want.
I don't know. I'm going to look into it, Sunflower. I'm going to look into it. I mean, look how long it took us to find what place the surveillance picture. I can't believe we call it a surveillance picture. Picture of a surveillance screen. I mean, look how long that took to come out. Look how long it took to come out, where it even came from. And it's like, oh no, better not say the RV place. This right here.
Lindsay, we've seen her image.
Dude. And Tony won't make eye contact with whoever's in the room with them. I wonder where who has this painting on a wall of a champagne bottle with a black door. I'm just curious. That's what I'm saying, Sunflower. I'm not 100% I mean, I lean towards Sammy because of the stature. But yeah, there's I just don't think it's Kylie. I don't. There's nothing about it, especially that chest tattoo. I would like to know if Kate has a chest tattoo. I would like to know what kids have tattoos. Females have tattoos between their chest.
My knowledge
That's her response right here that gets me.
That the reason that we have not found anything is not for a lack of resources or effort or want.
Lindsay, we've seen her image. The nation has seen Kylie. Describe her personality, what she's like.
She's wonderful. She's funny and smart and tenacious, a little bit of a spitfire. She's everything that is wonderful about a teenage girl. She is turning into this strong woman with her own thoughts and convictions, and she's not afraid to share those. She is open
and you know what's really weird is there's people out there, and their lives are still there. There's people that put out there, and it didn't come from no Ryan Upchurch, but people put out there that the pap had said that Kylie was a disgrace to the family. That disappeared. And like the person who originally made that statement wasn't sought out and sued. See what I'm saying? Like, of all people to sue. It's odd. This is all very odd. I wonder if the approach was, if we sue Ryan Upchurch, being he has the biggest channel, maybe that'll put a scare into everybody to not talk about it, is what I'm saying. Or at least not talk about us. Champagne with a little orange juice, yeah.
Loving to everyone. I was just talking with somebody else about her her connection to so many people.
If anybody local to Truckee by chance knows like where this is recorded at, that would be awesome. Super awesome.
Across the board, and whatever that is, you know, she has so many interests that she can make quick connections with pretty much anybody that she meets almost immediately, whether it's talking about food.
And it's so sad, like hearing her mom describe Kylie and knowing somebody took advantage of her, that so many people took advantage of her that night. And I'm not saying in a in a sexual context. I'm saying like people literally used Kylie's kindness and tenacity, as her mom describes it, you know, her want to be good to people. And that's what happens in the real world. Is good people are usually the people that get shit all over. I don't know if this is the town hall. I don't know what this place is, but I'm interested. I am very interested on where this WebEx, which I mean, if that's a WebEx meeting by Cisco, that data is recorded. I'm pretty sure that this news station could be subpoenaed and the entire interview would have to be released to investigators. I'm not saying that, like, I don't expect any of this shit to show up on YouTube by any means. All I want is a proper investigation into what happened to Kylie Rodney. The lodge doesn't look like this on the inside.
Food and baking recipes, or it's about hockey, or it's about, you know, playing the violin, or it's about country music, or it's about cars. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any picture of the inside of the lodge where any of the rooms look like this. Just being real here. I remember that. I just can't remember if it was in the news or where he said that, but it was odd to hear that from him. If I'm not mistaken, from my memory, I think it was on a news site like The Sun or something like that, and it quickly vanished. And if anybody out there, if you want to do something good for Kylie, if that is documented, can you please email it to me or Lala, or keep it in a safe place? And when you hear a pending investigation is to be announced, just give it to the proper authorities. It doesn't have to be on YouTube. It doesn't have to be any of those things. But this stuff should be documented and taken to proper authorities. It's crazy to me how much information has been wiped, has been blacked out by the media and by the people, parents, connections, these people. I mean, that's gonna be really hard to Google, because I mean, do you know how many different pictures you're gonna get of that? I would rather just talk to locals and somebody to just kind of give me an idea of where this is being recorded at. I don't know if it's a law firm. I don't know if it's a room in the rec center. I don't know if it's inside the police department. I have no idea. I would just like to get an idea of where this was recorded at. I mean, we know that Jagger and Kate took everybody to Reno. What's it going to hurt to, I don't know where this was recorded at? Stacia, but do you know that for a fact? Like, can you say that you went in that room and you saw that room with your own eyes and that's what it is? Or do you have something to compare it to? If you do, email it to me, honey, please.
Riding snowmobiles, going
I'd appreciate
fishing
it.
and camping, going into the city, visiting museums.
Sounds like Kylie was pretty fucking responsible. What do y'all think? Put a 1 in chat if you think Kylie was a very well-rounded, had her fucking head on her shoulders right, responsible young adult. Put a 1 in chat.
Yeah, 16 years old. What are her plans? I'm trying to picture myself.
Oh, here's another thing I wanted to point out. Do you remember how Mama Bear kept repeating and repeating over and over and over again? We all knew what college she was planning on going to. And isn't it weird that Bio Dad, that isn't around Kylie all the time, he put out there that she was going to UC Santa Cruz? Is that possibly a mistake he made because he really isn't that involved in Kylie's life? It's a good question to ask. Like, Lindsay and so many people kept saying over and over and over and over and over where Kylie was going to college to. And it's just odd that Bio Dad would say a different school. And it's really odd that when he did that, we looked at the mom that's raising this child every single fucking day sideways, like she had 4 heads. With bias is what we were doing. It's bias.
That age at this party, you never think anything could happen. Did she have plans the next day? And what did it look like after graduation? Were there plans leading up to that?
Yeah, so her plans, she did have plans for the next day. She was going to be going.
Absolutely, Nana. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Zombie Girl. Like, it's really odd that you have these two that are sticking beside each other, that seem like they're going through a lot, that have, these two are the only two that they're like, they say the same thing. Like, and then you have like the dad talking, and it just kind of doesn't. She wasn't going to Boston. No, I don't know where you heard that from, but no, I've never heard that a day in my life. There were people trying to say she was going to Yale and that she was going to Harvard and like all these other schools. And I've never heard any of those other than, rumors, gossip, because you know how people do. I don't remember that at all. Not Boston. I've always heard she was going to Sierra College. I heard people saying in chats, that's the only place I've ever seen it, is I've seen in my own chat, I've seen in Jazz's chat, I've seen in numerous chats, Michelle Sutton's, people saying in chat that don't even know her, that live in a whole nother state, claiming she was going to Yale. And all I've ever heard anybody that is close to her say she's going to Sierra College. And then Dad goes and says she's going to UC Santa Cruz. That's odd. And that's odd too, Sunflower. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's really wrong of us to keep scrutinizing this mother and having bias towards her when we really haven't looked at it from her point of view, from a corrupt point of view, that maybe, just maybe, they did a smear campaign on this mother and Tony. They do it all the time. All the time.
Going camping with 3 other kids. We had actually talked about even those plans on Friday morning.
It really makes you wonder why Lindsay, at this point, like, I'm looking at it from the other side of the spectrum, why she would move out of Truckee. Why she would move to a town, I'm not putting that out there, why she would move to a town where her family, the people that could protect her, live. Why would she run to her mother? Because it's the only people willing to protect her. It's the only people willing to protect her child, her living child. So that makes me wonder, did they strike fear into Mags? Did they make Mags lie? Did they tell Mags to say she left after 10 minutes? Or was Mags scared and knew something was going on and left before shit went down? These are the things that investigators should ask all of these people behind closed doors and pursue it.
The last time that I saw her, that we checked in, and her plans for the future, because she has so many interests and passionate about so.
Like, you don't find it odd that they tossed all this shit all over the floor of that water, okay, for one check it to go find. And it's odd that the PAP was the one that was called. Did they like do a blackout to where Tony and Lindsay weren't contacted? I don't know, it's very odd. It's all, now that I'm looking at everything from every aspect of why SF is lingering over the PAP and the dad. It's almost like, I don't know. I kind of, what are you confused? What are you confused about? What are you confused about, Billy? You want to hop up here? You want to talk? Come on up. Y'all are welcome to come up if anybody wants to come up and chit chat. I want to look at all of this from different aspects. But you are looking at a prepared narrative. How am I looking at a prepared narrative? Look at the narrative that was, I mean, it is, that's what I'm trying to say, Driftaway, is like, it all feels very inorganic. The fact that Check It found these items, and like, the only people that are ever involved in this is like SF and the grandpa. Why can't anybody get in contact with the mom? Was it done on purpose? We should be asking all of the questions, not just one-sided ones.
So many things really. Her two primary interests and passions are science and music, and so
like, literally right now, what I'm discussing is actually logical, while there's people out there like, we're saying crazy shit like Lindsay pimped her fucking child out. Like, that's crazy as hell to me. When you look at all of the facts that they presented to us, when you look at the behavioral patterns, when you look at the words used, when you look at who's present around who, if you look at the people lurking, the people inserted, all of these aspects of it, it's, can you send that info to SFS? Wait, yeah, if anybody has any, there's sections about the different divisions did for, yeah, can you please, can you get a hold of me, Nels? My email is in the bottom left hand corner. If you need me to put in chat, just let me know and I will have either a mod or I will drop it in chat for you. Let me just read some more chat before we continue. And that's the thing, Crane, is like, and that's why I wanted to, I woke up the other day and seeing how people have treated me has really made me take a look at how I'm looking at this case as a whole. And I feel that I myself, and I am a responsible adult, I am accountable for everything that I say, do, and my actions. I feel that it would be biased and wrong of me to not look at this from all aspects, to actually, for a change, put myself in this mother's shoes. And now that I have, it kind of just clicks for me with all of the evidence, with the media wall, with the connections, with the people inserted, that it just feels like a mother that was forced into a corner. And I just feel like maybe, just maybe, The stepfather fucking snapped after all was said and done. Something happened to where I don't know if he punches were exchanged. I don't know if he started breaking shit in a lodge. I don't know what the fuck happened. But somebody that wasn't Lindsay pressed charges and got a restraining order. And it wasn't Lindsay. And then the neighbors filed charges. A lot of shit's starting to dawn on me. A lot of shit is really starting to dawn on me. It says the biggest story of the year was the attention Placer County received from their big fentanyl bust. Yeah. Shan or Shan, it doesn't matter. Shanda, it doesn't matter. Most people just call me Shan, Shan, usually. I'm at a point now that I'm spending less time listening to what other people are trying to tell me. I'm spending less time with people spinning a narrative in my head when there's things that I see and things that have been said that just don't set right with me. And it's really weird when I apply that this is a terrible mother, it doesn't fit. But when I flip it and I realize this is a good mom that is scared that Mike could be getting blackmailed, holy shit, doesn't make a lot of sense for me. And just for anybody that thinks that I make money off of this, I absolutely do not. I will be releasing a short here and then probably I could do it while I lay down, actually. I'm going to scroll through all of my videos so y'all can see just how monetized. I have a monetized channel and that's it. The only thing that ever, and not always, are my shorts. My shorts hardly ever get approved. They're usually limited or I get that big red money sign, which means not eligible. That's what most of my videos are. And I'm starting to realize a trend with videos that I do like this. Either my lives wind up just randomly ending or they're automatically demonetized without question. Where's my email? Bottom left hand of the screen, honey. I'll just type it in chat for you. Here you go. All right, I'm going to continue this because I want to find this.
Still is in the process of deciding if she wants to pursue a career in medicine, being a surgeon, or if she wants.
I mean, isn't it just, I mean, think about it. This mom knows the full details of her child, what she's going to school for, like the details. And the dad's like, oh, she's going to UC Santa Cruz. Wrong answer.
Pursue a career in music and both of them, you know, we have been supporting her in just.
And I want to make it very clear. I had somebody, well, I didn't push them to do it. They told me they were going to do it, that contacted BioDad directly to get a DNA test. Did it happen?
This journey of finding what path forward.
I'm sorry, if you had so many questions about your daughter and you felt things were fucking not right, I mean, that's one of the first things I will fucking do is pay to have a DNA match done on my child. First thing. And then the more I look at Lindsay and this media wall around her and these people around her, making sure she stays in order, making sure she says the right things. And you can tell when she slips. And when I find this video where she slips about compromising the case, you'll see why all of what Lindsay has said is starting to click for me. I notice the change. I see the change. I see the ceremony that they're having for fucking Sammy, for fuck's sake. They're holding her hand like a damn princess with her medal around her fucking neck. And they appoint the mom to have to go up and fucking hug her and shit on national TV. It's crazy to me. But if you see the mom's expression as she's walking up there, The response of law enforcement, all of it as a whole, I can't pretend like I don't see what I'm seeing. I can't do it. I'm tired of being worried that somebody might scrutinize me, or somebody might think, oh no, wow, maybe it's not all that it seems to be.
Will fulfill her most, and her spirit is.
If you want to unsubscribe from me, that's fine. I don't mind at all. The people that are meant for me will stay, and those who are not, we will part ways. That's just the way life goes.
Human in life.
She just sounds like a wonderful person, as I know she is. And Tony,
like I said from the beginning, I would love for Lindsay to reach out to me. I am not the type of person that is going to go and bother this family. Yeah, you remember that, Tasha? Yes. See? Yes, she was. And the thing of it was, is I wish I would have recorded all of that, but I'm not the type of person to record people as they're chatting. I'm not the type to record people in my Discord. Like, I'm just not that type of person. The things that I focus on are the people involved in the cases. Like, I'm not doing all that extra. But yeah, I really wish I would have taken screenshots of all that MC said in the backstage, because that could be evidence too. But it's okay. I'm sure that if push comes to shove, that, I mean, data subpoenas could be done to where they could get, But the thing of it is we got all the names. You can see the homework of where we started researching certain names because of what Megan told us. So, I mean, I didn't come up with these names out of thin air. And you can see her in real time. Looking back chat. Looking back chat.
when the cameras aren't around, and are you piecing together kind of her plan, as I know she is? And Tony, when the cameras aren't around, and
when the cameras aren't around,
are you piecing together kind of her closest friends? Have you been in contact with them? Are they giving you any hope here?
Yeah, we're all
she just looked down.
giving each other hope. We gotta lean against each other to get through this tough time.
We've got to lean against each other to get through this tough time. I'm going to see this response again. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm looking at this from all perspectives at this point. I'd be an asshole if I didn't. Receipts. You are the first channel I ever heard that on. I mean, receipts are super important.
We gotta lean against each other.
But the only receipts that I'm keeping are on case files. Like, I'm not. At first, I didn't think Megan was what she was. Like, it took me a minute to realize even that. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, all the manipulation that has been going on around this case. It's crazy to me. It's crazy how many people were inserted to put certain information out there to kind of like get us distracted away from where we should, like where we're at right now, I feel is where we should have been a fucking year ago. But because of all of the distractions, because of all the smear campaigns, because of, I mean, think about it. Think of all the smear campaigns on YouTube against these two people right here. I fell for it.
To get through this tough time.
Go ahead, Lindsay. Sorry.
Oh no, just her dear friends are dear to us and dear to our heart and close. We're keeping, as Tony was saying, we're all staying close together.
And I think if you asked Lindsay who Kylie's dear friends are, she would say like Mags, the Hispanic Latino girl. I can never remember her name. Like those people, honestly, in my opinion, like the people that, I don't know, Mags knows something. I'm not saying she was directly involved, but she definitely knows something. But yeah, she never says their name. It's like she's not saying their names, plus she's also not going to not criminalized, but have other kids that could have been involved scrutinized either.
Together, kind of her closest friends. Have you been in contact with them? Are they giving you any hope here?
Yeah, we're all kind of giving each other hope.
It's just the behaviors are very odd. Very odd. I need to find this one clip. That's all I'm trying to find. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I really need to get off here. Let me just skip through a whole bunch of videos. Sorry, y'all.
Search and rescue crews are looking for a 16-year-old girl from Truckee who's
involved is my main concern, and I think a lot of the people of Truckee and Tahoe feel the same way. Just that there was somebody else
I'm gonna ignore
involved.
chat for 1 second so
They
I can
haven't found a car yet.
I want nothing more than death.
her was last, and Dusty's come
Oh,
forward.
this ain't it.
We just want her home. We're so.
Oh, it's documenting websites. That's not it.
Kylie Rodney disappeared with her family. Oh, girl, this said deputies piercings and
Ideas or thoughts, please.
See, and you see how the news
please
just
come forward and
regurgitates the
share
same
them,
fucking
and-
footage over and over and over again.
And we're not
It's
looking to
crazy.
like bust anybody else. Get anybody in trouble. We just want to see our daughter home.
We start tonight with the search.
In just
where she
Wait.
is, and I haven't.
No,
heard
this
from
isn't
her,
it.
and so it's just scary when you don't know when your kid is.
detectives with the Placer County Sheriff's Office have been combing through the Prosser family camp. Nevada County Sheriff and the FBI called in to help. This as friends and family have been holding search parties of their own.
I just want to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can.
Bitch, you left her and then you went to college. You went against everything you ever said you were going to do for her. The fuck out of here.
The search for missing. Apparently, I got a room, but I'd already right Kylie.
Where is this interview?
Or my name is Sam.
Eric behind me.
My name is Sammy.
Did and
Really
No, it's the one where she's standing in front of a damn tree.
We're here at the Kylie Friday night. Is
Wait.
Long and hard to keep at bay.
Nope, this ain't it either.
Kylie and I were meeting up right here a lot.
local young people called this as an abduction. Have not yet found her car. Now,
I don't really care
All right, y'all,
right now. Our priority is to find Kylie.
Kylie's family operates the nearby
This lady.
29th died at her home, and the
Aw.
flames of the McKinney fire have scorched more than shedding light on the dangers of dry.
Yo, that looked like Lahaina fire. Hold on a second. I want to see that.
The fire have scorched more than
Show me that
94
truck
square
again.
miles and destroyed more than
Sheesh. That's a big fire, dude. This ain't it. Nope.
Please come forward.
Much
End of the night, she says Rodney was planning to.
were to have driven, she wouldn't have made it far.
Oh, shut up, Sammy.
is still signs of the first day in their classrooms.
I'm gonna find this, y'all. I promise. I'm gonna find this. Let me move this so I can see the chat while I'm scrolling this.
Which is why right now we're treating her disappearance as an abduction. We cannot locate her vehicle anywhere.
No witnesses so far say they saw the 16-year-old get in her car.
Shannah's the one with her wearing a beanie hat. I know that. I just don't. I can't figure out which one it is based upon these shitty ass thumbnails. Sorry. Trying.
Somebody has to know something.
Kylie Rodney is described as 5'7" and was last.
Kylie is 5'7", 126. And thank you. Still ahead on Big Cry.
Oh my goodness. I'm about ready to just go find my video with it on it, even though I edit it. That ain't it.
Authorities in
Lots of her car also.
Wait a minute.
Out here for
Okay,
a third full day searching
it's
for
her at this view.
California license, for you saw that party that night. So again, that picture once again right
It's
now.
her in
and
this
here
at
it
this
is, a look at
angle.
Kylie Rodney, 16 years old, 5'7", 118
Did that just say a
pounds,
witness
blonde
saw her
hair,
get in her car?
and
I don't
Placer
know.
County Sheriff's Office says
What I'm going to do for everybody is I'm going to spend this weekend going through all of these videos because I think they're super important. And what I'm going to do is do like an August 7th video with all the videos that came out on August 7th. Then I'm going to do an August 8th one and put out all the videos that all the stuff that came out on August 8th and so forth. I love you, Cranny. Get some sleep, honey. Sweet dreams.
I want nothing more than to hug you.
We start tonight with
Like, and it's just crazy to me that everybody's surrounding Sammy and not mom. I don't know, it's just crazy to me.
Hi, I'm 2000 during a accused of evaluation.
And
That ain't it either.
for an opening of a home.
I want nothing more than to.
thanks for joining Ground in and then
Where is it? Nope, this
so
isn't
much.
it
We
either.
love her so
I feel
much.
like I'm on the
Now
wrong
to
date.
heartache and hope for the family.
250
Wait,
voluntarily Rodney's
wait.
Yes, 13.
Family says it needs now missing for 3 full days of a Truckee teen. Now in hope for the family and friends of a Truckee teen. Now missing for 3 full days.
Friday night party at Prosser Lake were pictures.
Yes.
The Placer been
wait.
turned in.
Yes.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office has not of
Car left the area, then we can start expanding our.
were
All right,
at
hold
the
on.
party.
I'm gonna listen to
No
this one.
cell phone clips have been turned in from this group that could be evidence of Rodney leaving. Is the sheriff's
See?
department in from this group? Hundreds of underage teens were at the party. No cell phone clips have been turned in from this group that could be evidence of Rodney leaving. Is the sheriff's department giving you indication that they're not getting these?
Well, and that's the thing, Boomer, is this is why I think it's so important for it to be reinvestigated, is because I think we can all agree that Kylie didn't do this to herself. Yeah, I mean, some of the things that people put out there do make it sound like somebody was holding her for ransom. It's possible that the people that last saw her said you won't see your daughter unless you go along with it. And then a tragic accident happened to where Kylie lost her life. And now everybody just has to accept it. I don't know. Anything is possible at this point. But what I'm going to stop doing is just scrutinizing the mother. I think I'm going to flip it around and start looking other directions while paying attention to this mom.
Pictures?
Yes.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, my live tonight is kind of funny how it kept ending several times. Yeah. Yeah, we're on Your Cheese Has Holes, Bro 4.5. 4.5.1. If this one ends, I won't be coming back tonight.
Office is treating Rodney's disappearance as an abduction because her car is also missing. The CHP has not issued an Amber Alert because their criteria of a known abduction has not been met.
If we have that information and we know that she was taken and that her car left the area, then we can start expanding our search to farther areas.
And that's the thing, is they don't know she was taken. I just feel like these kids know what the fuck happened to Kylie.
We have new images to Kylie Rodden continues prints of other possible clues.
I expanded. I feeling up.
Where's that interview?
Amber Alert of not have. They say
She's
her
wearing a
car
damn
has
beanie
still
hat
not
and
been
she's
found.
standing in front of a tree in front of the
I
trailer.
want to hug you.
From parents getting help from search volunteers. All
search continues for 68 things disappearing.
Her home. I just
Nope,
want to
this
give
isn't
her
it
a
either.
hug.
I'll start with this traffic.
We have like additional resource. What they
These are pictures. The word
that is, if it's a true abduction.
more than 200 tips. 6 o'clock the night of or not. Kylie Rodney was abducted, but they can't rule it out. A new photo of Kylie Rodney shows. It's good to see.
Yeah, and that's one thing I can agree with. It just this, a lot of these people seem so inorganic, so much of it. Even MC's interview secret witness thingy feels inorganic. Like there's so much about this that just feels so inorganic. I've never seen a case play out like this. Did Lindsay's family contact you asking you to stop? Fuck no. Or scared because what? No, absolutely not. If anything, by me saying this, I risk a lawsuit even more. So absolutely not. Ain't nobody paying me. Ain't nobody nothing. If you're going to start doing this shit, you can go to Prosser Gang. I'm not doing this to appease you. I'm not doing this to appease anybody. I'm doing what I should have done a long time ago, which is base my own opinion. People can stay or people can go. It's as simple as that. I'm not being paid. I make no money. I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this for Lindsay. I'm not doing this for Daniel or David or anybody. The person I'm doing this for is Kylie. You can either accept what I'm doing here or go. I don't need help. What I need people to do is to just let me talk, let me put things together. If you don't agree with it, okay, let's agree to disagree. Or you can help by helping me piece more together. I'm tired of people thinking everybody's bought here or everybody's steering a narrative or anything like that. The only reason why I'm here is for Kylie. Kylie and Kylie only. I'm not making money off this. Nobody is scaring me. Nobody is paying me. I will die standing on my feet. Period. I'm not going to buckle for fucking corruption. I'm not going to buckle for these fucking locals. I'm not doing that. Not going to do it. And no, I wish Lindsay would reach out to me. I really do. I would love to get her point of view. But I also understand, and the reason why I don't reach out to her is I don't want to put her at risk. I don't want to put her other child at risk. I just feel we have spent so much time scrutinizing a certain select people. And it seems like ever since Ryan Upchurch got sued, nobody wants to talk about other things. Like we just stay focused on bashing the mom, bashing the mom, bashing the mom. Only focused on Sammy. What about Nate? Sammy and Nate were super close, super fucking close. Yeah, nobody could pay me off, honey. I don't care if they offered me a brand new fucking life. If they offered me millions of dollars, your money is not good here. I would rather struggle. I would rather be homeless, which is never going to happen because I am self-sufficient. Yeah, I could never find honor in silence. I could never see my own thought process being swayed by money or other people. When I noticed my own behaviors, which is paying attention to so many other content creators, that it's starting to affect my own focus, I realized I need to limit who I'm paying attention to. Because I also noticed those people, if they put things in your head, you'll stay focused and distracted, and I don't want to do that. Like I want to look at this without bias. And I know people are going to judge me because right now, I mean, it does look like I'm siding with Lindsay. But I have to put myself in her shoes. I really do.
More breaking news on a developing story.
There's something about her that just, I don't know. I don't know that it's that, I don't know. And that's the media wall and the links and just so much stuff that I know that I just don't know how, I don't know how to enunciate how I'm even coming up with this theory in the first place, other than to tell you all, if you have been here from day one, you have all of the same information I do. If you are confused on why I might be thinking the way that I am, or think that, just join my Discord, check it out. Check out why I think the way that I do. And that's all I will ever do, Andrew, is stay true to Kylie. I don't care if I have 5 people watching me, I'm still going to continue doing this. The one thing I will announce now is that I will myself, because I'm going to be limiting what I'm consuming on YouTube. I am also going to be limiting how often I go live. I want to spend more time with my son. I want to spend time doing arts and crafts. If you guys would like me to go live while I do stuff like that, that's great. I may do lives 3 days a week. I may do lives 1 day a week. I might go on 9-hour. It depends. It depends on what information I want to talk about, and all that stuff. But yeah, no, like nobody's going to sway me. And I just feel I feel really manipulated. Like, finally just having a moment to where I could just think for my fucking self, and tired of worrying about people scrutinizing me. Like, after what happened with A4J and that crazy ass imprint lady, it really made me take pause and realize, like, I need to stop paying attention to what other people are saying. Just the same as if people don't agree with what I'm saying, like, people don't have to be here. Like, you truly, genuinely don't have to be here. You don't. But I appreciate everybody that comes here, listens to my theories, listens to all of these things. I mean, this is the information they put out there. And I'd be an asshole. I would be biased. Um, I would be just as bad as most of these people if I continued down the path that I'm going without looking at it from all perspectives. And now it just so happens that I'm looking at the perspective of Lindsay and Tony. I'm not asking anybody to trust me either, honey. That's one thing I want to make very clear. Is I put this stuff out there. I want people to do their own research. I want them to think for themselves. If you have something that is solid concrete, that connects things, reach out to me, please. Prosser Gang, there's not a day that doesn't go by when I'm thinking about all this Kiely Rodni stuff. And when we started looking at the camera footage and zooming in, it just, in my opinion, with all of the information that's been put out there, all of the things we've zoomed in on, it almost seems like something happened to Kiely on the day of August 5th between, I'm just going to say between noon and 11 p.m. And I don't know if something happened earlier into the day that gave them enough time to do something at this party. I don't know if something directly happened at this party, but what I do know is there's some really unexplained damage going on with Kylie's car. There's some really unexplained information with the autopsy that doesn't prove that she drowned. It doesn't prove there's water in the lungs. It doesn't prove that she was intoxicated. It doesn't prove nor back up anything that any of these kids were saying. And at this point, every kid that attended this party that spoke, everybody that came forward, including Megan, lied to us. The media lied to us. These people lied to us, and it needs reinvestigated. And yeah, it's my freedom to discuss things the way that I want to. It's just, there's so many people out there that because there is a trafficking issue, your mind automatically wants to wander to, oh, she was trafficked. And then you have the other aspect of it. And I've gone down all of these rabbit holes, all of them. And there's so much that just doesn't align. But when you look at this as a conspiracy to cover up and protect people that happened allegedly at this party, then you have pictures like Shh that came out. It makes you take pause and make you look at it from so many different angles that this is the one that I'm currently on. And this is the one that makes the most sense, that people were bought and paid off and blackmailed. And it kind of fits for me. So I just kind of want to spend a night going down this theory, going down this rabbit hole. And that's the thing, Driftways, it does. It actually proves that she was not intoxicated. It proves that her ethanol levels were equivalent to that of just a normal decomposition. The biggest problem I have with it is the lack of water in the lungs. The fact that her lungs weighed 100 and 110 grams. And nobody was like, oh, whoa, it sounds like she was dehydrated or something, you know? And then you have law enforcement that scoured Prosser like 24 hours later, per Lindsay's post, that they put ROVs in there. They had helicopters, they had airplanes, they had people diving in that water. And not just actual divers with tanks, but locals that were running off the shoreline and diving right over the top of what should have been Kylie's car, and nobody saw it. So, if evidence points to there was no car there on the day of the 6th, there was no car there on the day of the 7th, there was no car there on the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, or 15th. And then you look at the picture, the evidence points to somebody knows what happened to Kylie between August 16th and August 21st. And I would like to know who put Kylie and her car in that water, because I feel they're just as responsible for her death as whoever promoted to her death. I have a lot of questions, and I really hope that proper authorities are investigating it. Because I look at it this way, all of the questions that I have, if it was brought forth in court, they would have to explain them. Explain why I'm asking these questions. Why, based upon all the information that they've put out there, like, this is what a good journalist would do. This is what somebody with expertise would do. I don't blame any family members. I just have a lot of questions. I don't think Lindsay's to blame. I don't think Tony's to blame. I don't think Pap and Dad are to blame. It's all very fucking odd, the way that this all played out. Good night, Goslin. If I can't skip through this and find this, I will find it over the next couple days, and I will just make a short of it. Actually, better yet, what time is it? 1:30, dude. Y'all, I gotta go. I really need to go. I will spend tomorrow going through all of my videos, and I will, because I don't know if it's still out there. If anybody knows the beanie video that me and Crane are talking about, I'll open these last couple some, but
teen in Placer
Brown.
this ain't it either.
Where that white car is where.
Nope, still Sammy.
Because this is an active investigation, we'll only be providing information on a certain.
Let me see if any of these thumbnails have a picture of the mom in the beanie. And I'll just do that. If I can't find the beanie here anywhere, then I will. I could have sworn it was like Channel 4 News or something. Let me try this one. No. I forgot I had that. That's not it. It's outside. Like, it's literally outside. Does anybody know which one I'm talking about? It's in Discord somewhere. It's probably not titled. I'm not entirely sure. It probably is. It's her in the damn beanie hat. Let me try these and see. I don't think it was as far as the 12th, but
it was next to May, last seen at a party at the Prosser family campground near Truck.
Developing tonight, investigators releasing a days of new fairing and was unseen them online to investigators, and we posted. It is now day 9 in the search for leads, so long as those
be clear, and that is to find 16-year-old Kylie Rodney.
I wonder why she retired, man.
Missing for
from the teen.
For Kylie, Masala investigate have searched federal county sheriff's office clear whether Kylie was wearing that sweatshirt when she was last. And investigators
this whole media
have
wall
released
is
a new
suspicious for
clue
me.
as the search for missing truckee teen
I
Kylie
will not
Rodney
give up.
enters its second week. Placer County Sheriff's Office released.
I think of all of these cases that I focus on, Kylie and Trinity, like, It's a shame. It's really a shame. How
6:06 now, investigators in Placer County have
rug.
released more clues as the search for a missing truckee teenager Kylie Rodney enters its 11th. She went missing more than by air. So the Placer County Sheriff's Office has set up a...
Other news now. Tonight, investigators releasing new details in hopes of finding Placer County Sheriff has a ram sticker.
And I think a lot of the reason why people suss the family out is because, like, it's worrisome of why they didn't, I don't know. It's just odd that they were like, yep, okay, they found her. We're done here. Very odd. Oop, wrong thingy. Where are you at, Lindsay? All right, let me scan through these down this way. I know it's her fucking standing outside, y'all.
We're here at the Truckee Recreation Center. This is just off
the RV. Detectives are
line has Brittany Hope
and at campsites.
Nope, it's not it either. Sheesh, where is it? All right, I'm giving this a couple more minutes and then I'm just literally, I gotta go for the night. I'm so tired. Try this one.
Today is day 2. They're continuing, Nicole. They've put it into the search.
Please, just have her talking outside. It'd be great. I don't think it's this late. I don't think it's this late. I don't think it's this late in the ball game. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? It's her in the beanie hat. Let me double check Discord. It might be quicker for me to just look in the August folders. No. That's not it. That's not it. These are all news articles. What's this one right here? Not it either. I can't see it. I'm just scrolling through it. Sorry, y'all. Let me just look in Lindsay's folder to see if it's not in there right off the jump. Oh, Lindsay doesn't have her own folder. Damn it. That would have been smarter to do it that way, huh? Oh, there's so much in the family and friends folder, y'all are killing me, Smalls. Yeah, I'm not going to look at that for it that way. That's too much work right there. I'll just keep doing it the way that I'm doing it. Wasn't the beanie video in the evening? Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah. It wasn't dark, but you could definitely tell it was like later in the day. You would think the video, because it's mostly an interview with her, that the damn thumbnail would be her in her beanie, but it's not. I could have sworn it was like around the time of like the first. It was either like super early morning, like they got there. All right, let me try all of August 9th's videos. Let me try this one.
Search kids last seen at after the teens disappeared.
I just want my dog.
Nope, it's that damn one. Let me try this one.
Thank you. Beautiful. Any minutes after resources are all.
It's not that one.
Highly information.
And she.
Nope, not that.
Just getting this in, some breaking in. Kylie black tank top conversation at midnight on Saturday. If you have all the Placer Sheriff's Department.
I'm trying, y'all. It's okay, John. I'm still trying to find this damn beanie video.
Lawsuit against police.
Oh, poor Gabby. Okay, this is the press conference, so that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Let me try this one.
My daughters.
This flyer to
Nope, not that one. I'm trying, y'all. Yeah, it's like a cold morning is what it reminds me of with the beanie hat on.
Reno City Council member.
Nope, that ain't it. And I think this is a website. Yep, it is. That's nighttime. I think we just clicked on this one. That ain't even it.
That are pretty near the way. Car, a silver mirror, as well, are really open to follow this story, obviously, for
with the community to please come forward.
It's just crazy to me that none of these kids, all her friends, none of them came forward.
All right, so you guys are going to search the lake today?
Yeah, we're gonna search some areas. Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is August 9th, and they're literally
Any
like...
drones out today? Anything like that?
This is crazy.
Perfect. Any dogs today? I don't know. Okay. But everybody's mustering across the street, it looks like?
This is them at the boat ramp. Like, they're not telling me that they didn't put these boats and shit in the water, and if they didn't, like, that's the thing, is like, I don't think they saw a car, and that's why they think they didn't do their job. Is because there wasn't a car there.
Like any other missing person.
We came had firsthand contact with Kylie, who.
Oh wait, Sammy's mom's there.
That we can. Obviously, we have to prioritize.
I gotta go back for a minute
so that we can focus.
She's thinking hard. She's thinking hard. He's thinking hard. He's covering his mouth. I don't know. I just don't trust these kids. I'm sorry. I don't.
Our resources. And so those who had firsthand contact.
There's Sammy's mom right there. This chick got a fucked up nose.
With Kylie, who.
Yeah, was she in a fight that night at the party? You see this girl with her busted ass nose? Where'd she go? Come back. I'm pretty sure I've put, yeah. This right here. She's got a hurt nose. Yeah, Lindsay doesn't seem impressed. She really doesn't. And I don't trust her. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't trust Cassie. I don't trust Phoebe. I don't trust April. Just don't. Come on, Lindsay, where are you at? I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. Yeah, that was Tony leaned up against a tree in that one video. Mm-hmm.
Elements in the search
on the street, hiding in between.
One thing I would love for people to see if they, I mean, I know I've vaguely seen it somewhere. If they can get confirmation if Sammy's parents sold their boat. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they sold one of their boats. And if I am mistaken, I'd like to be corrected. I'd like to put the proper information out there. All right, outside. I need outside footage. Where are we at here? That's not it. All right, let me try this one.
Now here.
It's not that one.
Here's
Here's Reno.
Searching for.
Or she made her. We're seeking out community members. Community meeting. Multiple agencies giving the.
Yeah, I never. Okay, here's Grandpap's statement.
Keep looking for the car. Keep looking for the car, please.
Keep looking for the car. Keep looking for the car, please.
All those efforts all over the place to be on the lookout for the car.
Wednesday night at a community meeting, multiple agencies giving the Truckee community an update on the search.
It's on What's the Obsession? The one with her in a beanie. Do you have a link for it? Otherwise, I'm going to keep going through all these until I find just the beanie one. And then I will sit at some point this weekend. Phoenix is home this weekend. Phoenix is home this weekend, so I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can with him. Oh, that dog is cute. Sorry, I'm just going to skip through these till I see her in a beanie. I'm only doing this folder, though. Like, once I get through this folder, if we can't find it, I will... I don't know where... I don't know where else the hell it would be. I thought it was like the 9th or the 12th. Let me try these first couple.
Kylie Ross in the county. Now, team.
Ooh, is it this one?
Her phone has vanished. Case and they're hurt.
Dude, I feel like it's right around this. I feel like it's right around this.
Well, this morning there was still no sign of a Truckee teenager who went missing after a party. This new phone missing just that she is wearing in the.
Yeah, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but yeah, I feel that the parents, the grandparent, they feel something happened to Kylie, and it's odd to me that nobody pursued anything. Nobody. But they're going to sue people to protect their reputation. Like, what about Kylie? I'm going to have to go over that in my own free time.
On Develop Blue was last at a camp. They traced the
Come on, Mama Bear, where you at?
She was seen online to that.com.
That ain't it.
It is now day 9 in the
which
search
one?
for a missing teen from Truckee.
Just tell me the title of it, honey, and I'll go look it up. What's the title of it? Let me go to her thingy. Let me go to the search thingy. What's the title of the video? No, I can't see the link, honey. And I can't wrench from here. What's the title of the video? That's all I really need. Is that what it says? Okay, thank you. A media appearance. This is Kylie Rodney's mother. Yep. Is this it? Strange interviews. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Hello and welcome.
I greatly appreciate it. That's not it. Where's the beanie? Oop. Where's her in the beanie? There it is, right? She's not wearing a beanie in it when she slips.
Out there, the more people that's...
I think it's this right here. Maybe she is.
Thank you. I want to welcome in Lindsay Rodney.
Thank you,
Neiman. She is Kylie's mother.
obsession?
Lindsay, thank you so much for giving us some time tonight. I know it's important to keep Kylie's story out there. The more people that see her face, hear about it, can help in the search. How are you doing tonight?
That's okay. I'll listen to it.
I'm tired, but I'm doing okay. Thanks. How are you?
Well, I'm thinking about you, and I'm thinking about that last text message that you shared with Kylie. Tell me more about what she said.
I couldn't imagine trying to keep my spirits up while doing a public news interview, knowing I'm going to be scrutinized.
Well, she just, it was 11:30 at night, and she said that she was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15.
Oh no, did somebody tell her to say that? It's just so weird the way that maybe she's just getting sick of repeating it. I don't know, you see how she huffs there?
And she said that she was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15.
Planning on leaving? See?
She was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15 and heading home. And I told her to, be careful and wake me up.
I appreciate you. Thank you, honey.
Sorry, when she got home, and she said, "Okay, Mama, I love you." And that was it.
Do you have any reason to doubt, Lindsay, that Kylie sent that message? Did it sound or seem like a text that she would normally send as you're looking back at things?
It was a text that she had sent me over and over again every time that she was settling on plans and figuring out, what she was doing. She was always checking. She was always letting me know where she was, when she was leaving, where she was
A responsible 16-year-old.
going next. And it was, it was her, hey, mama, I'm on my phone.
So did Kylie text her and say, hey, mom, I'm going to get money off Pap, or hey, mom, I'm going to hang out with Pap? Hey, mom, I'm going to hang out with Mags. Like, I know she said something about Kylie going to go to the gym, like all of these things.
Way home in a little bit, so I'll see you soon. It wouldn't have been unusual for me to even get another text from her.
It wouldn't have been unusual to get another text from her, but you didn't. I know, and that's one thing that always bothered me is I wonder if people put that in her head. Like, I really can't just look at it one-sided. Did somebody put in her head and tell her you're not qualified to look for her? Or you notice, Prosser Gang, and a lot of thingies, a lot of law enforcement will tell like the mother or the parent, stay at home in case she shows up, or in case you get notified of her going home. Like, somebody should always stay at home. Like, I try to look at so many aspects of this, to the point where sometimes it makes me look bad for even daring, go against the grain of what everybody else is doing. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I don't know, and that's what I'm saying, Prosser Gang. Like, she did not look for her daughter. I will say that, but at the same time, like, did people tell her? Did her father tell her? Did her friends tell her, oh, no, we'll do it for you. Stay at home. She could be mentally ill. We don't know. Like, and that's the thing is, like, I always try to take people's mental health into consideration, because if she's already struggling with her own mental issues, and then on top of it, her daughter goes missing, it can make people also look another way. I mean, it did for me for the longest time. But yeah, like, I don't know if somebody, look how manipulating these people are, we can't say for certain because we don't know those answers. Did somebody put in her ear that, you're not qualified, like, you're getting too old, you're not able. Did Tony say, no, I'll look for her? Because he looks pretty fucking exhausted. Pretty fucking exhausted. Did her dad tell her, I'll look for her? The friends, like, I can't clarify why she would make a statement. I really don't. I don't know what place she was in for her to say something like that. Concerning.
Another half hour, 40 minutes later, letting me know that she was on her way the last little bit to our house.
So that was late Friday night, kind of into the early morning hours of Saturday. At what point did you start?
See, she's constantly looking at somebody, and it's really weird how they don't show her for long periods of time.
Start to worry, get concerned?
Well, I woke up 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and immediately realized that she had not woken me up.
Like, we don't even know if they told her this is what you're going to say, We don't have that proof. We don't have proof of any text being sent. None of it. The only thing that is confirmed from the FBI is that her location was turned off, that her phone went out of service at 12:33. So if her phone was turned off at approximately, 12:05, if her mom says she sent a text at 12:45 or 11:45, this all happens within a 45-minute window to where she texts her mom, her location gets turned off, and her phone is out of service. And it is a fact that this is the timeline that the FBI released. There's no confirmation or denial of anything, and that's why I hope they're still investigating it.
Yeah, and so, I thought my husband was home. Maybe she checked.
I don't think this is
him.
Where's the part of compromise? Right here.
So I got up and I looked at
it.
led to anything definitive. I am letting the police
see. It's like she's remembering what they told her to say. It's odd. This is very odd behavior. Like, she shuts her eyes. Is it so that we don't, I don't know. It's odd.
I am letting the police and the teens.
You hear that in her voice? She's letting the, do you hear her voice tremble saying that? I have to look at this from all sides. I'm sorry, y'all.
I am letting the police.
You notice she starts doing that when she's nervous.
I am letting the police and the teens talk to one another.
I just feel like it's terrible what they did to this woman. That's the vibes I'm getting right here.
The police and the teens talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I'm not someone who has any experience with finding missing children. It's not.
Who put this in her head? Who put this in her head? It's terrible. It's terrible. This is terrible.
Talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator.
She gonna let the teens talk to each other. I don't know, man. Something don't sound right with this, and I know it doesn't sound right with all y'all either.
Letting the police and the teens talk to one another.
That's so terrible. Why is her voice trembling when she says that, though? And why she keep staring at somebody?
I am letting the police and the
it's like she has to agree to let the police. Like, it's just, I don't like this one bit.
Teens talk to one another. I am
letting the teens talk to one another. Just something about this, y'all. Yeah, the kissing on Sammy. Something fucky is going on there for the fact that you can watch the way she walks in. I mean, that is a fact of the way she walks in, the way she kisses Sammy. But in my opinion, I see a mom trying to hold her head high against her own community. And then that, I don't know. I don't think that hug and kiss was her idea, is my opinion. I wonder if she could go and do it again, if she would choke her or hug her. That's my question. Yeah, she's being very, very careful with her words. You can hear the tremble in her voice. It's
and the teens talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I'm not someone who has any experience with finding missing children. It's not my position to talk to any of these people and try to figure out what happened. I'm leaving.
It's not her position. I don't know, Prosser Gang. I'm gonna
take that all to everyone who I trust and I know.
I think if anybody's manipulating her, that's who's fucked up. If anybody's causing her fear, I don't know.
Happened. I'm leaving that all to everyone who I trust and I know has.
You trust them though, Lindsay? Do you really trust them? I have so many questions.
The capability and the determination to do so.
Well, it is clear from the video that we've seen of
my question, do you still trust them? Do you trust those people?
The dozens and dozens of volunteers out there, your family and all of those involved. There's a lot of love for Kylie tonight and the efforts to bring her home safely. I was looking at that video of her playing some music. Tell us about your daughter a little bit personally about her. What makes her so special?
I think this is where she slipped right here.
Everything makes her special. I'm going to try to get through this. Excuse me. She's such a dynamic human. She has been, as you see, so musical. She loves playing.
Dynamic is a good word to describe her. And musical is a good way to describe her. You know what bothers me after a long time, after Kylie death, her posting selling crap with her words. And that's the thing, Prosser Gang, is pay attention to what she is putting on those things. The I call bullshit. The mermaid thingy makes me wonder if that's not a cry for help, that, you know, that she knows that her daughter isn't a mermaid, that she wouldn't die without water in her lungs. I don't know. Only a mermaid, and they're fictitious things. I don't know. Just it's odd for sure. And I have to look at this from all perspectives.
Playing music. She started playing at a very young age. It was the first time that she bought her first violin and started playing. And she loves science. She loves baking. She loves dancing. As you can see in the photo you're sharing right now, she's so dynamic, and in that dynamic personality that she has, she has been able to make true connections with practically everybody who she meets.
Oh, it's not Lulabelle. It's from her like Etsy stuff. She has an Instagram with it all on there. It's still there. But yeah, like if you look at the I call bullshit, the mermaid bag, like it's very telling. Like when you look at everything as a whole, and then you look at like the picture and the things, like the cries for help, like some people tried to cry for help and they got, I don't know, hushed. They got forced to find honor in silence. I don't know.
Has common interest with them. And so there just doesn't seem to be anybody ever who I come across who has met her, who doesn't just love her. And
I don't, John, in my opinion, I don't think the hug was to beg SFS. I think it was a stunt. You know how when media is like, this is what you're going to do, or a community of people are like, this is how this is going to go down. Like, you know how you have a recital for a wedding? And how they're like, you're going to walk down the aisle on this side, and then this and this and this. It seems very staged isn't the word I want to use. Seems very thought out. But for how well thought out it is, it's just like their narratives all fall apart.
oh God, you know, I mean, she was so smart, she's so funny, and she's great with little kids. She's like this magnet for toddlers. They come and they run, and she gets down on their level.
And that's definitely Sammy's voice in the background yelling there.
There's just, I could go on and on and on about everything that's wonderful about it.
And what's really odd is, isn't Sammy's mom here at this time? I've seen them. It's about her Tony. Yeah, exactly that, Andrew.
Go on and on and on about everything that's wonderful about my daughter.
An amazing person, embracing life. What would you want to say to Kylie tonight?
Tonight, I will tell Kylie that I love her so much. So many people love you. And we're all looking, and we're trying so hard. And I'm so sorry we haven't found you yet, but we're not giving up. And
this is so heartbreaking.
And just hang in there, sweetie, because we'll find you soon, bring you home.
And Lindsay, a message to anybody who was at the party Friday night who is afraid to come forward and share anything they know, anything that they saw.
Why is everybody afraid to come forward and say what they saw, though? Unless you have something to hide.
For fear of getting in trouble.
Yeah, fear of getting in trouble. It's not fear of getting in trouble for drinking, because y'all are already off the hook for that. So there's another fear of getting in trouble for something else.
What they were doing that night.
Yeah, what they were doing that night. I like the way this lady words this.
that they saw for fear of getting in trouble for what they were doing that night.
For what they were doing that night. Yep.
Oh, nobody cares about what you were doing. Nobody cares. I promise. I promise you. So all that we care about is bringing Kylie back.
You should be able to use DuckDuckGo and find them.
All that we care about is getting any kind of little bit of information that can help us move forward in our search to find her. And we promise you that you won't get in any trouble. I promise you there's anonymous tip lines even. There's other peers that you could reach out to if you're nervous. It's a hard thing to be courageous, and it's okay to be scared, and it's
crazy.
also okay and important to act on that courage and to come forward with no.
I just feel like none of these kids have courage to do the right thing.
Lindsay, sending you a lot of love tonight. We're thinking about you, and we'll continue to follow the search.
I called her and I sent her texts too, and she didn't answer.
There it is. There
and
it
so
is.
that's
There it
when
is,
I
right
knew
there.
that something was wrong.
There it is, y'all.
Please give me my baby
2 o'clock
back.
in the morning. I finally found it.
Lindsay, everybody is just obviously concerned and watching your story and praying for you and praying that your daughter turns up. Can you give us an update on this hour at any developments with this search?
Right now, I have not received any new updates from any of the law enforcement who are working on it. I know that they will be holding their own press conference shortly, and I'm sure if there's anything that they're ready to share, they'll be sharing it with everyone then.
16 years old. She was last seen at this party where we're told there was upwards of 300 people there. She was last seen 12:30 in the morning. She had texted you.
Look, when you have fear, when you're scared, when there's something else to lose, when you have more than one kid, I just feel there's certain things that would induce fear that would cause you to not cry at all.
Just before that.
And people could be offended. They could be mad that I'm doing this. But like I said, it would be biased of me to not look at it from this perspective.
And saying she was going to come home. I believe that was 12:15, 15 minutes before she disappeared. What did she say to you?
And that's odd. You see what I'm saying? Like, allegedly, Kylie texts her at 12:45. Her location turns off at a little after midnight. And then in a 15-minute window, she vanishes. And it's really odd that Sammy's alibi puts her furthest from the scene that she possibly can, all while saying Kylie called her, when the FBI has confirmed that the last possible knowing of Kylie is 12:33. So how did the 12:36 phone call happen?
When that text, Lindsay?
She told me that the text was at 11:30, and she told me that she was planning on leaving around 12:15 and was going to be heading home. I asked her to be safe and to let me know when she got home to wake me up, and she said she would, and love you, Mama. And that was the last time that she texted me.
You've had so much time to think about this. Are you coming up with any ideas in your head, considering her car is still missing, correct?
Yes, correct.
Are you hopeful at all that perhaps she, that maybe she decided to go somewhere on her own?
Of course I'm hopeful. Without hope, what is life?
Yeah. So what are police able to tell you right now about their search and any developments in this search? I know that a big part of this has been pulling all the cell phone footage of the 300 people at that party and talking to every single one of them to perhaps see if anybody unusual was in the pictures or the video at that party, someone that they did not know. Has anything come from looking at all that video footage?
As far as I know, they're still looking. They have a dedicated team of people who are looking through all of that video. They're still asking for more. If there's any teens or anybody who was at the party who...
My perspective, Prosser Gang, is I don't know if I trust any of them. I can't trust people that don't do the right thing, that aren't rooting for the victim. I can't do the honor and silence. I can't do the twisting the narrative. I can't do the manipulation. I think they all involved themselves into something that ensured everybody was just as guilty as each other, so nobody would rat on one another. But I do see what the media did to Lindsay. I do see it. I see the manipulation. I see it. Is it possible that this entire family was manipulated? Absolutely.
Who still has footage that they've not sent. There's easy ways to send it in. There's anonymous ways to send it in. And
like I said from the jump, a lot of things that would clarify stuff in the court of law, not to me, I don't need it to be on YouTube, is for a judge to subpoena the AAA tow truck footage.
Yeah, we're still, you know,
to subpoena all of the phone records. I mean, there's so many things that could be subpoenaed. Placer County gave up on it. Nevada County gave up on it. CHP reports out that ain't nobody seeing nothing about. I would love to see if anything does come out of that. It's just, it's odd, you know? It's very odd that they still haven't explained how they came up with accidental drowning.
Hope, again, we're still hoping that something will come up. A picture can tell 1,000 words.
A picture sure can tell 1,000 words, like that picture. Like why there's people standing along the shoreline in the camera footage taking pictures. Why a party of 400 that these kids claim don't show up on the camera footage. Looks like a party of about 30 to 50 people. There's just there's a lot there. There's a lot there that I focus on. Yeah, she did tell us all to get a new hobby. And that's the thing, Andrew, is I don't know if she wanted people to mind their own business because she feared something might happen to her living, thriving son. See what I'm saying? We really don't know. All I can do is speculate on it. You don't know what type of threats have come to her. I know I'm not threatening her, or anybody for that matter. All I want people to do is tell the truth, make it make sense. Yeah, I don't know if it's sealed. I don't know if they plan on releasing any of it. From what I understand, Cece tried to FOIA it and they wouldn't give it to her. I don't know.
So that's...
But there's other records that I need to sit since this has been a holiday week. I'm going to sit Monday and put some FOIAs in for Brady lists. Well, what you have to understand, Driftway, and this is what I mean by the media manipulating things, okay, is it could be so easy for a newscaster to be showing her one picture and then them overlaying it with another because somebody has told them, hey, your job depends on this, you're going to put this out. I don't trust corruption. And seeing how much corruption is around this county, how many deaths have been ruled what they have, and it's not the case, it makes me question everything. And at this point, like, I'm just looking at this as a perspective completely different than what I have been.
That's the picture that we're looking for right now.
Absolutely. Lindsay, one of the most recent revelations was this shirt, this hoodie she was seen wearing with the lyrics of a song, "You don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear." Did you know that she owned that shirt? Had you seen it before?
That sweater belongs to one of her good friends. Lana Del Rey is a musician who sings so eloquently and has so many beautiful.
Where's the part where she thanks the friends for compromising? Oh, I mean, could have sworn it was this part right here. I need to play this part right here.
From that night
I
can
really
be
need to go to
helpful
bed.
in finding Kylie, stressing again
I don't trust any
that they are
mainstream
not
news
interested
media, honestly.
in punishing kids for any underage drinking that night. Marnie?
All right, Nancy, thank you. I want to welcome in Lindsay Rodney Neiman. She is Kylie's mother. Lindsay, thank you so much for giving us some time. Kylie, tell me more about what she said.
Well, she just, it was 11:30 that night, and she said that she was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15. It's not helpful to go down any.
Oh, wait.
That sweater belongs to one of her good friends. Lana Del Rey is a musician who sings so eloquently and has so many beautiful lyrics that can be quoted and put on a shirt. I think that it's not helpful to go down any rabbit holes or follow any red herrings about a sweater from a concert that had a pretty picture on it.
Got it. Please keep us posted. We're praying for you and this search for your daughter, Lindsay. Our hearts go out to you. We can not even imagine how difficult this is.
I'm just closing this out. I searched Discord. I found the clip I'm looking for. Let's please be here. Please be here. Please be here.
Welcome back. I am Circlebox. I have
mad respect to Circlebox for having this. Where is this part at where she slips? I know it's here.
What's in this interview?
Here it is.
So I'll be watching it with you.
From Truckee. Lindsay, I think I speak for every parent out there, including myself. Our hearts go out to you. What's keeping you motivated? What's keeping you going in this difficult time?
Family support from community.
Here it is.
Knowing that even though, you guys are talking about there being a reduction in.
See, what does drive me crazy is when she starts speaking like really slow, and then she'll talk normal
Speed
on parts,
up.
and then she goes back to speaking slow. If any of you all know what that's about,
she's being very cautious in certain spots of what she's saying.
Please leave a comment on, do you think she's on medication and that's what's causing it? Or do you think she's talking slow?
Could be both.
So it can possibly give her a little more time to think of the words she's trying to say. Because like I showed you all in my very first video, she spoke in past tense quite a bit. And ever since that interview, it seems like she's got to the point where she'll speak a lot slower. Just thought something I'd point out. And, I want to hear what you all think about that.
Personnel, that there still is a tremendous amount of people who continue to tirelessly work on this case. And even you guys being so gracious as to continue to share our story.
What type of personality? What was Kylie like? Or excuse me, what is she like? And what could save her?
He even said, what was Kylie like? See, so you really can't, he even slips.
What type of personality? What was Kylie like? Or excuse me, what is she like? And what could save her here if she's in any sort of distress?
Kylie is strong. She's capable. She's smart.
I think the fact that he says was and then says, excuse me, is fucked her up for a minute there.
She's tenacious. She's feisty. She has a love for life, and
now I thought that comment was that because
we give up easy, and today's no different for her. Never been one to give up easy.
With us, we know
somebody sent me a text and said that she was going to be on her door.
Where is this part at? Dude, I feel like the Mandela effect is happening right now.
And so we're at a party to figure out where she did go. And
well, she wasn't. The comment said this not when she could go do that. You go. My opinion was August 6th. Your friend, like Lindsay,
oh my God, please! I just want to hear this audio clip. I know I have it somewhere.
See, and if you
Oh,
notice,
here
when
we
they
go.
brought
Here
up
we
the
go.
friends, yet again, she smiled. I don't get it. To me, it's sending mixed signals. Is she smiling because possibly Lindsay or someone else that she knows?
Look, I still get mixed signals too. That's why I feel like I don't know. It doesn't feel organic.
What happened to Kylie. She knows possibly, I guess.
I've taught teaching myself to use my words better instead of saying suspicious. I just think this stuff doesn't feel organic, which makes your eyebrows raise, which makes it feel suspicious. But the word I think I'm going to continue using is it just doesn't feel organic.
Who did it, and they're not looking at it.
We have been
Here we go.
nothing but so cooperative and so courageous in coming forward and sharing their stories, and we have such a love for all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and not compromising, but
that part right there. She does slip and say compromising.
Have such a love for all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and not compromising, but
she's like, I fucked up. I don't know. I think that is something that we should focus on. Just that phrase right there. Focus on from all aspects. And you have to focus also on it from the aspect of, does she know these kids compromised this case? Does she, I mean, I'm curious to what she knows, what she thinks, how she feels. That'd be great to know. But I don't know if we're ever gonna hear it from her, It's a shame that people find honor in silence. It's not something that I will ever do. I will never bow down. I will never fold. You can't buy me. Can't silence me. I mean, if you want to end my life over it, then you're just going to tell on yourself. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. It's this quote right here, that the slip, the fact that she put out on the 7th that they're already done searching Prosser. And I hope you guys understand that it's not me putting her under the microscope as much as it is making me question why she would slip and do these things if it's not a cry for help. If it's not trying to slip things out there to catch people's attention as to maybe why she's behaving this way. That's all. That's all I want you guys to just look at everything without bias. It's super important for Kylie that we don't judge. That, I mean, we really look at this with clear vision. We are aware of what our own government does, and that's all I can say. I do believe that there are good law enforcement out there, just as there is bad law enforcement and so forth. There are good humans out there and there are bad humans out there. I don't know. It's odd that she says compromise. Yes.
For all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and
they're working so hard to compromise what? Like, I just don't understand. I'm gonna leave y'all with that to think on. I'm probably not going to go live until Monday or Wednesday. It all depends on how my weekend plays out, how much rest I get. But I will spend time putting some videos together, to at least putting shorts out. And if anybody wants to, I wish more people would come up on panel and state their opinion. I appreciate everybody for coming in chat and having a healthy adult conversation, whether we agree or not. I like to go against the grain sometimes because, like I said, sometimes I realize I'm being biased in listening to what everybody else believes. When I have logic, I have my own brain, I have my own will to think for myself. And I'm just kind of like put my opinion out there that maybe not everything is always as it seems. Herb, I would love for you to come up on panel. You just let me know if Monday or Wednesday works best for you, and I will aim for one of those days. It's just, I'm not always going to have content. I'm not always going to have something to discuss. Sometimes this shit just absolutely exhausts me. Sometimes I just need to take a break from the internet. And yeah, the keyword is compromised. Yes, absolutely, Prosser Gang. That's the word that I focus on. Yep. Yeah. And that's why like I'm trying to get people to understand, like, I'm not for nor against Lindsay. I'm not for nor against Daniel. I'm not for nor against David. I don't know these people. The only thing that I know is based upon the information that they have provided for us, that Kylie Rodney did not do this to herself. There are kids they're young adults that have admitted that they knew, they were the last people to know what was happening to Kylie. I know Megan inserted herself. I know Checkit inserted himself. I know Zanime inserted herself. I know that SF inserted himself. I know that there is a lot of odd shit going on. I also know that based upon the pattern of law enforcement, that something is failing these children. Something is going on in Placer, Nevada County. And all I can do is talk about it with y'all. All right, honey. Okay. Either Monday or Wednesday, I will definitely go live. I love you all so very much. Please make sure you hit that like button. I apologize that it had to wind up being in 3 parts, but it is what it is. Yeah, just please make sure you hit that thumbs up. No need to donate. If you want to, great. If not, great. I'm going to continue doing this regardless. And that's it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all of the continued support. Even if you don't agree with me, even if I don't agree with you, I just feel we need to keep talking about Kylie. It's important. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you either Monday or Wednesday. Have a great weekend. God bless. Good night.